Hi, YouTube. Thank you so much for coming. I am really excited to do my next live stream. I hope everyone who watches me is doing well and that the weather isn't too crazy where you guys are. Right now it's 4:30 in the afternoon and it looks like it's like 10 o'clock. Not 10 o'clock, I'm exaggerating, but it's really dark and it's been snowing all day long. And so it's cold, like winter's here, and not very happy about it, unfortunately. So today I'm really excited to do a video on Savvi, which we've done videos on Savvi before about. Savvi is a lifestyle MLM company where they sell very expensive athleisure clothing and other kinds of women's clothing, and the clothes are really nice, but they are extremely overpriced in my opinion. Hi, Live Panic, thank you for coming. I'm really happy you're here. So this video that we're going to watch is like, how long is it? 29 minutes long. So it's quite long, and I'm going to try my best not to talk too much so we're not here for like 6 hours, but I hope you like it and let me know your thoughts about everything that these people are saying. I love to hear it. Just going to share my screen and then we can get going. So many screens. Let's see. Okay, cool. So this is on the Savvi Life YouTube page. So I think this is a corporate page, and there's lots of different trainings on here that I'm assuming are run by the company, because there's also messages from like the founder, Jen Ashby, which we did do a video on her. I think we've done a few videos with her recently. So excited to get started, and let me know everything that you think about what these people are saying down below.
This is a small, intimate community tonight. We're going to be sharing with you why Savvi. And Pam and Rodney, if you're open to maybe sharing a quick testimonial in the end, I would love that if you could do that. But we're going to be sharing, especially for those who are guests, taking a look at Savvi for the very first time, or maybe you've been looking at it and you're really kind of still thinking, could this be right for me? We're really excited you're here. We're going to get started here in just a minute. But while I am admitting some more people into the group and going live in our community, I would love for you to just say hello and let us know where you're tuning in from. We're from Orlando. Hello. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Amber. I'm from the Cleveland, Ohio area.
Hi, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
My husband is from that area.
I'm Chelsea. I'm also from Orlando area.
Hey, welcome.
I'm asking people to say where they're from, but I'm sitting out doing nothing at the moment.
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Wow, yay. I love it.
Welcome.
Alive.
I am Dawn. I'm from Chicago.
Hi, Dawn. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Okay, we're going to go ahead and mute and get this call started here.
So there's not that many people in the call, and it looks like it's supposed to be some kind of opportunity call. And so these two women are in the company, and then there's a couple who are in the company as well. And so we just heard like 4 or 5 people say something. So I wonder why there's so few people actually in this call. Maybe it's because like not that many people go to these calls who aren't actually in the company themselves. So that was pretty awkward when it was like no one was actually saying anything and everyone was just sitting there awkwardly. I would feel really uncomfortable if I was in this call.
Just a second. Unmute everybody. Okay. Well, welcome to our Thursday evening live guest overview. And if you are here, most likely someone thought highly enough about you to share with you something that is so very special called Savvi. My name is Kim and I'm Lisa. She's my very best friend and we get to do this business together, which is a dream come true.
Yes.
I'm going to have her share her story in just a minute. But I want you to know, we know that there are a lot of companies out there. We don't take it lightly. We've been in your shoes. My husband and I have been in this business space for almost 30 years. And we know that there are some very important things that when you're deciding to invest your time and your future into a company, that there are some very important things that are high on the checklist of what's important. And so we're going to be sharing 5 of those tonight. But I wanted to pull Lisa.
Did you guys hear the part of, if you're here today, it's because someone thought highly enough of you to introduce you to this brilliant, life-changing opportunity? Obviously, she didn't actually say that, but we hear that a lot. And it's a way to switch up their narrative. Not that someone in your life was pressured to rope you into this call, and so you could be a member of their downline and make the money. No, it's like they care so much about you that they're willing to introduce you to this potentially life-changing opportunity.
In real quick, she has to run, she has an appointment, but I wanted her to share really her experience of this incredible company called Savvi and what it's done for her.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this has been an incredible journey. I've actually been in this industry for, I feel like it's been 15 years now, in and out of a bunch of different companies, never having success. And Kim asked me to partner with her with Savvi, and I told her no because of my past history. I just thought this industry just wasn't for me. But when it came down to it, I was actually telling myself no because I didn't believe I could do it. Even my husband was telling me, Lisa, don't do it. You know your past history. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm really feeling like I should be doing this. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, I live in this kind of clothing every day. This would be silly for me not to be.
Sorry, I just wanted to pause because I have a few things to say. So Lift Panic just said, I don't know Savvi, but I have a friend in Zaya. She spends a ton of money on inventory. Yeah, and very few MLMs now actually require you to have inventory, but it translates into being a product of the product. And how are you supposed to sell the clothes and the opportunity if you're not wearing them all the time and you're not wearing and sharing in the Savvi context, of course. Live Panic says drawers and drawers full of stuff. And that's so sad because how much activewear clothes does one woman actually need? And I know lots of people like to spend, they go shopping and have nice clothes, and that's totally fine if that's what you like and that's what like brings you happiness. That's great. But if you are not a woman or a person who identifies as female who just naturally likes to shop and naturally likes to get new clothes, you having drawers full of clothes is not useful for you. And truly, no one actually needs that much clothing. So this woman was talking about how she's been in the MLM industry for like 15 years and she's never found success. And I don't remember if she already said this, but this woman here, her friend introduced her to Savvi, and she said no because she didn't find success before, right? And she had limiting beliefs telling herself that she couldn't do it. But then she still opened herself up to Savvi. And I think this kind of narrative really encourages people to do MLM hopping when they think that it's not themselves, it's not the MLM structure that's the problem, it's actually themselves. And if they just find the right company, then they can make a living doing network marketing, when unfortunately it is the system itself, not your efforts as the individual within the system.
To get up and get dressed and wear a brand that I can call my own, and I can wear it and share it with all my friends and family and anybody that I can come in contact with. And
so she said she wears all this stuff anyways, so why wouldn't she want to sell it? Doesn't make sense. Just because you use a product does not mean that you need to sell it. She's saying all you need to do is just wear it and share it with your friends and family. So when you start Savvi, it seems like your first customers are going to be your friends and family, and that you really have to rely on their support in order to get your business off the ground. And while I think it's great to have family support when you're starting a business, it shouldn't be what you rely on. You should not have to force your friends and family to buy clothes from you in order to be successful. Like Ray Hagin says, you should be able to just introduce the product to them. It's that you can come and get some if you'd like. And then if it's a valuable product for them and if they actually want it, then they'll take you up on the offer and they'll ask to buy the product.
Because of this company and its amazing system that we have that's super leveraging, it has changed my life drastically. I now have a team of over 16,000 people in my organization, and I wouldn't be here today without my team, but I have to seriously pinch myself every day. I was the person that said, I can't do this. I have all the limiting beliefs in my head. So if you are a person that's listening to this right now and you're hearing the thoughts running through your head saying, I can't do this, I tried it, it never worked, all the things that we all tell ourselves, we have a system that you can plug into, a community of amazing women that will come alongside of you and walk every step of the way to have the success that you totally and utterly deserve. And
I have a lot to say. First, I see DC here. Hi, DC. Thank you for coming. And anyone watching, go subscribe to DC right away, please. Her videos are fantastic. So she's saying that just because you tried it before and it didn't work, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try Savvi again. Because in my opinion, she's saying like Savvi's different and that Savvi has the right systems and the right product, and you'll be able to just plug into Savvi and then find all the financial success. Unfortunately, we know that all MLMs are generally the same. They might have a slightly different compensation plan, slightly different structures of the ranks, but they're all exactly the same. So just because if you didn't find success in one MLM, you're not going to find it in another MLM. And it's so sad that she's calling that limiting beliefs, where it's really just a realistic examination of your past experiences and really thinking through the information critically and making an informed decision about whether or not you should really go into another MLM. So DC says, why is it never write down the questions you have and we'll give you specific answers for each question you may have, right? It's always, I think these kinds of videos are always just about like brainwashing and manipulation and trying to just encourage the mindset that if you just stay in long enough that you'll find success, and if you just plug into these leverageable systems, whatever the heck that means, that you'll be able to find success in Savvi. But there's never actually like true guidance and true step-by-step instructions. And in DC's Snark Crew streams, you will learn from Amy and Cheryl and Amber that in Beachbody, they won't actually like give you step-by-step instructions. They'll say, get to this rank, then I'll work with you on a weekly basis, get to Diamond and Success Club, and then I'll help you. But then you need the help to get to Diamond and Success Club. And so it's just sad that you need to like earn the actual real training in MLMs. But how are you supposed to get to that level without the real training, you know?
and a calling for yourself. So that's kind of my story in a nutshell. Thank you, Kim, for letting me share. I'm telling you, this is amazing. I've never been a part of something so beautiful as Savvi. It really is beautiful. And it's been so great. I don't know if you said it, but she's a busy mom of 4, and she's homeschooled them, and she runs another business with her husband. So she's been able to build a dynamic business that all through this crazy last year of COVID actually sustained her family. And so it really is incredible. And I love you. I know you have to run, so thank you so much. Love you. So who is...
I get frustrated whenever there's women in these calls, and they're mostly women, and there's always like, they always bring up their role as a mother first and saying like, she's a mother of 4 and look what she was able to accomplish. And I just don't understand why we always have to have mother as a first role for women. And why can't we say like, she was a business owner with her husband? Why can't you say like, oh, she like owned another whole ass other business with her husband and she's able to balance both? I don't understand why it's always a mother first. Like, she's a mother of 47 kids. And look, she still found success in Savvi, in Beachbody, in Monate, because they all do it. And we know why. It's because she's a mother of 4 and she's able to find time, right? And so if a mother of 1 is struggling to find time for a Savvy business, then an upline can say, well, you watch this training and you know that this woman can do it with 4 kids, so why can't you do it with 1 kid?
Savvi. Savvi is an incredible lifestyle company. And what I love about that is we can style our life with incredible clothes. And most likely, let me check, you're all wearing clothes right now, right? You're all wearing.
Yes, ma'am, I'm wearing clothes, but this was like $10 from Walmart, because not every female or not every individual who identifies as female cares about clothes. It's great if you do. It's wonderful if you have that interest. But I don't like the assumption that every woman shops and really, really cares about fashionable clothes. I care about looking nice when I'm at work. Other than that, I don't care.
A brand, but you can also style your life. And so that's what I love about this company is this is a lifestyle company. So real quick, my husband and I, like I mentioned, we've been in this business space for 30 years, and we have never seen anything like what you're about to see and what we're experiencing here at Savvi. It is completely unique and rare in our industry. In fact, we are the only ones doing what we're doing in the business space. And to me, when I...
Not true, ma'am. What about Zaya? And you're not unique. All MLMs are exactly the same.
See it, I believe we're actually creating a whole new category. And what do I mean by this business and this business space? I am talking about the beautiful industry of working from home, the beautiful industry of being able to do what you want to do, when you want to do it, be your own boss, work your own hours in the lifestyle that you have. And you can run your life the way you want to run it. And so you have the power of the home-based business industry, which, by the way, a lot of people have been, especially over this last year, looking for ways to work from home, looking for ways to pivot, looking for ways to add additional revenues to their current lifestyle. So Savvi is one of the best that we've ever.
Please know this video was from 2021, so it's about a year old, but she's telling us that people are wanting to work from home, especially over the last year. And I hate that kind of approach where people during COVID still now were afraid to leave their homes, afraid to go to work, and we're really looking for a space that they could work and feel safe and healthy so they can take care of themselves and their kids. And I think it's really disgusting behavior to prey on that fear to draw people into your MLM business when you most likely know that they're not going to make any money. Sorry, so I forgot. The woman in the yellow who just left said she had 16,000 people on her team. And I think nowadays people are still calling Savvi a ground floor opportunity, even though a year ago that one woman had 16,000 people in her downline. I'm sorry, since when is 16,000 people in an MLM ground floor? In my brain, I feel like anything over 1,000 is probably not ground floor anymore. What do you think? What do you think is their actual definition of a ground floor MLM? What does Lip Panic say? Lip Panic says, who are the people who buy all this stuff? Repeat customers must be hard to keep stringing along. Yeah, repeat customers who are not actually distributors of Savvi. Yeah, I agree, because if I'm going to buy really, really high quality athleisure clothing, I'm going to go to Lululemon, which is like a trusted brand and not connected to a fraudulent business structure. So that's a great question. I wonder how many actual true customers they have that are not connected to the pyramid.
Seen, if not the best avenue that we've seen in the home business realm. What makes Savvi so unique? There were 5 things that stood out. Number 1, timing. The timing of getting started with a company that we've watched over these last 30 years is really important. And think about it. Anytime you can be in the very beginning of bringing awareness to the marketplace of a brand or a product, that's when you actually you're first to market. You can capture real estate, if you will, and you're really the first to pioneer it. So right now, if you were to ask 10 of your friends if they've ever heard of Savvi, most likely none of them, if not maybe one of them, have. And that will change as we become a household name. So it's really exciting because you are positioned right here in the very beginning where you get to share this brand with others. And I keep thinking, oh my goodness, if I was in the very beginning of sharing some of my favorite brands where I could actually earn a percentage of all the customers, we'd be so well.
So why does it matter when we get into an MLM if it's all based on our own efforts and skill and diligence, like in Beachbody? Why does it matter? We should be able to get in when we're like the 200,000th Savvi distributor and we could still make money. But it's so interesting when MLM people say this because they're kind of acknowledging that to find success, you do need to be in relatively early so you can recruit people when less people know about what Savvi is and less people, like less of your friends and family are already buying Savvi from someone else, and that it actually really does make a difference. And I just find it so amusing when we hear like Carl has said this before and people in at the top of these companies have said this. We literally just heard your friend, ma'am, say that she has 16,000 people in her downline. So it's not ground floor. You're not getting in at the beginning if there's already at least 16,000 people already selling and recruiting in the company. Also, it shouldn't matter. We should be able to get in at any time and still make money. And he's kind of like, the husband kind of like jumped in randomly and like, what are you doing? And I feel like it's funny that he just walked in, but maybe this was like rehearsed a little bit just to like make them seem more relatable, but I may be just reading too much into it.
Who are you talking about?
I am talking to a beautiful group of people right now sharing exactly who Savvi is.
Oh.
And he just got done running. So.
I see Rodney here. Hi, Rodney.
Yes, Rodney and Pam are here.
I thought you got. Oh my gosh, I thought that was their picture. They were so frozen.
I know. They're perfectly frozen with these beautiful smiles.
You guys are like supermodels.
And give me a thumbs up if you're able to share here in a minute. Hopefully, or that perfect.
Are you sharing?
Not to put you on the spot.
Are you sharing the good parts?
So yeah, we just talked about timing.
Okay. All right.
Which when you can be positioned beginning, that's where a lot of the wealth is created.
Awesome.
Not that it's going to be. Are you going to stay? Good. You should go get in the shower.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you. And it's really fun to be able to work with your spouse too.
Yeah, so I don't know how real that was, if they were like acting there to seem interesting and cute, or if that was like a real interaction, whatever, who cares? So Panic says 5 things that make them unique. Yeah, let's see about that. These are all exactly the same. And every MLM everywhere thinks that their company is so brilliant and life-changing and that their product is the only thing that could ever exist of the same quality. And the clothes look cute. The leggings have nice colors. If it wasn't an MLM and it was like at least $30 less, then I would consider purchasing, because if you buy like cheaper leggings and you want to work out in them, like they're going to slide down if you are like jumping up and down. And so I said this before, their leggings are like $90 American. I would spend like 60, 70-ish, depending on the leggings, Canadian, to have like fantastic leggings that would actually stay up when I'm like jumping around. Let's see why they're so unique.
And by the way, I didn't mention, this is all we've ever done. We've raised 4 daughters in this industry. We've been able to live wherever we want to live, travel when we want to travel, homeschool them. And really, like, we've worked side by side, and we've done that our whole married life. I know Pam and Rodney know what that's like as well. So it is a beautiful lifestyle, like I keep saying. So number 1, timing. Number 2, unique in the industry. Now, for 20 years, my husband and I were in the wellness space. We helped people get healthy. We helped them lose weight. We had ingredients and products that took a lot of education. Right? And I will tell you, after spending a lot of time in that space, I have a little bit of PTSD from doing it for so long and really having to, nowadays people are getting more and more educated. And so, it does take a certain kind of person to be able to educate others when it comes to different products in our industry. And one thing that I love about Savvi is clothes requires 0 education.
I'm going to let her finish in a second, but I know every anti-MLM video on YouTube everywhere has said this before, but I can't stand hearing like MLM PTSD, because like PTSD is not just getting stressed out. It's actually like your body physically reacting to stress in a very severe way, and like it can really impact your day-to-day functioning and your quality of life. And I really don't like how it's said so flippantly like that in this context. And I wish people would have like a bit more sensitivity to that, because I think like people who experience it go through a lot, and it's not the same as just like feeling stressed out. You know what I mean? So she's telling us about how it's so much easier with Savvi because you don't have to have education on the clothes. So let's let her finish her thought.
I mean, zero. You do not have to tell me what ingredients I'm wearing right now. I know the FTC will never shut me down because I'm wearing clothes, right? There's some big differences, but also the wellness space. And please hear me. I love wellness. I love it. I'm super passionate about it. I love helping people look and feel their best. However, it's a very crowded space in our industry. There are thousands of wellness companies. So when you look at a lifestyle company, a company that you can truly wear clothes and share clothes in the same business model, no one really has ever done it because, number one, you do not have to buy a bunch of inventory, lug it around and do trunk shows at Savvi. We don't do that. Number two, you don't have to do parties. We're not a party plan model. And
so I want to talk a bit more. So she's right. You don't need to have education on leggings and bras in order to sell it properly. But a big draw for like health and wellness products is that if people are taking the products, they need to buy more, right? And so if you have customers who are actually staying with you month to month, you are going to have more repeat customers and you're going to have more volume. But Lip Panic had a great point about how hard it must be to actually retain these customers who are not part of the business model. Because if you're just like a casual buyer of activewear and you enjoy getting some nice leggings occasionally, you're not going to be getting like 3 pairs of leggings a month. If you're like an average shopper, you might get like one a month maybe, or like one every couple of months. So I wonder how hard it is to actually keep customers who are not part of the pyramid. Yes, PTSD. Ugh, that's so bad. Yeah, she could just say like, I was stressed out working in the health and wellness field. But like, I know what she means, and I know it's a common thing for people to say. I just wish that people like would think more about those who suffer with PTSD and just maybe acknowledge that it's more than just feeling stressed.
And you don't have to do any of your customers' orders or supports or exchanges or returns, none of it. Savvi does all of that for you. And that is traditionally what you see in a business model that has clothing. So it really is unique and rare because all we have to do is wake up in the morning, get dressed, wear our brand that we get to get paid if we wear and share it with others. And because it takes no education, it's a very simple thing to share. Women all the time love to share what they're wearing, what recipe they're making for dinner, what movie they watched last, or we naturally share things we love. And so with clothes, it's a natural language almost that women love to speak. Okay?
See, and liking clothing as a woman or someone who identifies as female, that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But I don't like the stereotype that women in clothing is just such a natural fit. And of course, all women are just going to want to join Savvi, wear the expensive clothes, and then share it out to everyone because we're just naturally sharers in addition to just naturally loving clothing. She's making it seem like it's so unique and amazing that you don't need inventory in Savvi and that the company takes care of customer service and that there's no parties. That's not unique. Every MLM is like that now. Very few actually require you to have physical inventory, and every MLM takes care of customer service. So, Miss Savvi's not unique.
And then number 3, it's simple. When you have a business that is simple, that anyone can do with any background, no matter what, you've got a home run, right? And so, like I already kind of touched on, it requires no education. It requires getting up in the morning and deciding if you're going to wear pink or blue, right? And sometimes those are the hardest decisions of the day is like, how am I going to pair my Savvi lifestyle today, my clothes? But it's so simple. And because it's simple, we have seen this company grow. And like my friend Lisa Van Horn, who struggled for basically 11, 12, 13 years, she's been able to do this. She's been able to do this. And we have a lot of people winning here. Number 4, we have a simple.
If it's so simple and you say you have all these people winning, why are so few people actually making money? I wish that sorry, I'm like looking at my speaker. I might have turned the volume down. Let me know if the volume's too quiet, okay? So I wish I had gotten the income disclosure statement up, but if it's so simple, then why are people in your company not making any money? And it's so much more than just waking up and deciding which nice shirt to wear. You actually have to actively be seeking people out, messaging them, inviting them to buy the product, inviting them to the opportunity. It's not a simple, straightforward thing. And I think it's really, she's being, in my opinion, deceitful in this moment. And she's making it seem like it's such a straightforward thing when you actually have to, in order to get your business up off the ground, you're going to have to work constantly, and you're going to have to message everyone you know and hope that one of them, at least one of them, joins your team, or else you're not going to get paid.
Leveraging system for you to plug into. So if you are a busy mom, if you are a busy corporate executive, and by the way, I'm talking a lot of women, but we have a lot of smart men that have partnered with us as well. And we have leveraging systems in place that work for you when you're not. So let's say you're with your family. Let's say you're on vacation. We just got back from Hawaii and our business grew, and we weren't even the ones driving it. People can share Savvi 24/7 through the leveraging systems we have in place. And so it's really simple for a busy person to fit this into the pockets of their day. Number 5.
It's simple for you because you got in first, and if you brought in that woman beside you and she has 16,000 people in her downline, then you probably have you have all of those people in your downline, and you probably brought in other people too. So let's be like, maybe you have 20,000 people in your downline. Of course, when you have 20,000 people and you got in first, you don't really have to worry that much, and you can go on vacation and unplug. But for the vast majority of people in these companies, they do not have the privilege of just unplugging on vacation. Yes, you can be with your family, but we've heard across YouTube that you have to constantly be on your phone and recruiting people unless you're at the very, very top of the pyramid, like this woman is. And can we just say her arms are fantastic? She probably works out a lot. She looks great.
Is our community. We have a powerful culture and community of people who are going to lock arms with you. You are going to be in business for yourself, but never by yourself. We're going to be right by your side every step of the way, teaching you exactly what to do. And so,
sorry. Pumpkin Pixie 1978. It's so awesome that you're here. I haven't seen you on a live before, but I've seen you comment on some videos. So thank you for joining us. We're watching a Savvi video right now, and Savvi is athleisure clothing MLM, kind of like LuLaRoe, but I think more like fashionable and edgy. Not edgy, fashionable and like modern, I'd say.
You are going to be instantly plugged into a family who cares about your success. So those things are what we really sought after when we got started with Savvi. We knew that those 5 things at least had to be in place. And by the way, there are a lot of other things I could touch on, but I want to keep this call short. Is Savvi, in our 30 years, we have not experienced anything like it. It is unique, and it is an it factor company. It's one of those companies you see maybe every 10, 15 years that come along that has all the right ingredients. And so you can be.
So she's saying like you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And all these people will be around you and support you. And a lot of people, I've said this a million times, a lot of people were really lonely during COVID, even last year, and we're really struggling to find genuine connection. And I feel like that's probably why a lot of people joined during that time, not just for financial reasons, but they were just lonely and experiencing some mental health challenges, of course, because the whole world was at that point. And I feel like with what we've seen, say, on DC's channel with the Snark crew, like you don't actually get that much support. You get support if you are meeting certain criteria and you are on all the calls with your videos on and you're not multitasking and you're just sitting there focusing only on the business when your upline tells you to. But I feel like if you're not doing things exactly the way your upline wants you to, you're not going to have the support from them that you actually need in order to get used to this business structure and actually attempt to grow your business. If you've been in an MLM before, did you actually get support from your upline, or were you like, did you have to earn it? I'd love to hear. So if Panic said something, let's see. I wonder if she's going to make the participants awkwardly appear on camera again when she's done with her pitch. I don't think she is. I think it was just the awkward part at the beginning.
Really confident when you partner with us that we're partnering with a company that is designed at the very core to be a legacy company. We are launching, by the way, I said timing, we're still pre-launching. We officially launched in less than 2 months. And we're
Sorry, legacy company pre-launch. How are you pre-launched with 16,000 people and just one woman's downline? That's outrageous. That's not pre-launch. You're launched. You're a real company now. So she's going to talk about leaving a legacy with Savvi, which is what I called this. We'll let her talk in a second, but we hear a lot in MLM videos like this that you can leave a financial legacy for your family in MLM that can be like willable to your family, and your children could take over it when you're gone and make lots of money. And it's always focused on like financial. But why can't we leave a different kind of legacy for our children? Why can't they remember us by like the kind of parent we were, the kind of friend we were, how, like, say if we volunteered in our community, if we helped homeless people, you know, like there's other ways to leave a legacy for your family other than just financial. Also, you're not going to be able to leave a financial legacy with your MLM unless you either get in first, you already have a really big social media following, or you are in a profession that helps you become more successful in MLM. If you were already a business owner and you had to talk to lots of different kinds of people, like lots of public speaking, or you were already in, say, like the clothing space, then you are going to be at a greater advantage in Savvi than your average person coming in. So unless you are already at an advantage coming in, or you got in at the very beginning, or you're a big social media influencer, you are not going to make the kind of money that you can pass on to your children.
launching the US, and then we are taking Savvi global. So when we launch and when we really have things that we've been working hard to get really dialed in and build this foundation, and then when we take it into Canada and Mexico and Europe, you guys, there is so much potential for growth here. So I actually want to bring up this beautiful couple that I can't stop looking at because they're smiling and they're so precious. But Rodney and Pam have been in the industry a long time, like we have. But I would love for you guys to share a little bit about what you saw in Savvi and why you decided to partner with us.
Thanks, Kim. Yeah, we're really excited because it's really because of the people that we know the founders of the company. We know the company is well capitalized. We have been in the industry for a long time, so we know different things to look for in a company. We've actually gone to look at several companies to see where we wanted to have our next fit. And we saw everything right in Savvi, from Josh and Miranda to you and Tom. And I think you just explain things so eloquently and great, because I think the thing that I took away from what you were saying too is a couple key words, is leverage. And leverage is so huge in this business. And that, I mean, if you just think about the fact that we're in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves, so we have a community of people that will help everyone to build their own business as big as you want it to be. But the other key is that if you would just multiply and understand leverage, so where 2 becomes 4 and 4 becomes 8 and 8 becomes 16, and continue to multiply that out, it's very exciting what can happen with this business. And the fact that it's a pre-launch, it hasn't even launched at this point. I mean, that's so exciting because we've experienced the same thing as far as taking companies global. And, right now, of course, there's plenty of business domestically here in the US. But can you imagine what happens when we do the same thing on a global basis? And
I think when he's saying you have to leverage your business in Savvy, of course that means recruiting people. So you have to recruit people who recruit people and they are able to maintain a certain rank. And when you have people underneath you growing, then you're able to leverage their business in the volume that they give you as a member of your downline, and then you can really expand. So in my opinion, that's what leveraging means. And of course, he's talking about how brilliant it is that they're not even actually launched yet, and look at the success. But you could say you're like in pre-launch for 12 years if you want, and it doesn't mean you're in pre-launch. When you have 16,000 people in one downline, you are not in pre-launch anymore.
we've experienced that before where we've had 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 distributors in different parts of the world and in Asia and just getting to do those exciting things in other countries too. But being at the beginning with a company that's well funded with a product like this, in fact, I looked at Pam the first time and I was like, Josh, talking to Josh too, I was like, well, Josh said, Rodney, the things we've done in the past with skincare and nutrition, and all those are great products. He said, but do you know how women shop for clothes? He said, it's amazing. He said, I've never seen anything like it before. And it really is. It's a new piece of industry, a new product set that we're very excited about because Savvy is going to continue to evolve and continue to bring great product. And so we're so excited to see what's going to happen with Savvy. We actually know what's going to.
So he's saying, of course, all women love to shop, and like, have you seen how women shop? And we watched, I think it was the Savvy Style Club video where we learned that Savvy does weekly drops, and then you'll have women in the fashion show on Facebook and Instagram, I think, and then distributors will just go crazy and buy up all the products. And so I feel like there's a really big fear of missing out where people are, of course, strongly encouraged to be product of the products. And then if they don't leverage or utilize every single weekly drop, then they're going to fall behind because their competitors, the people in their team and their downline, will buy those new releases, and then people will want to purchase or join with them instead. It's kind of like what was the VIP early access in Beachbody, where coaches aren't actually required to purchase VIP early access, but I feel like if they don't, they're going to fall behind and people will join with other coaches instead of them. Leverage, anything to keep from saying recruit, right? Just say recruit people who also recruit people who also recruit people, and so on and so on and so on. But of course, they can never just be honest and straightforward, because then we'll know, that sounds a little bit like a pyramid scheme.
Happen because we've seen it before, but we think it's even going to be greater with Savvy.
I fell in love with this, and when Miranda brought it to me, I was just really excited to join forces with them again. We've been in business with them in the past, and I'm just really, we love them, and we know their heart, and we love you and Tom. We're getting to know more and more. I love the heart of the leaders in this community. And when you said you're not in business by yourself, that's really true. So if you've never had experience in this industry, don't be afraid, because actually that can be better for you because you don't have that habits to break. But you have a team coming in, and like when we got in, I got busy. I brought Kelly in, and then we got busy moving, and I didn't even know what I was doing with Savvy. And Kelly's asking me all these questions, and I'm like, I don't know, I just got in. So I connected her with Miranda, and Miranda helped her, and her team grew when I was busy, and I couldn't do it, and I didn't learn it. So you're not.
That's a big issue, right? Like, you just joined a company, you don't know what you're doing yet, and then you're expected to recruit other people and then provide them with training so they know what they're doing when you haven't even done that yourself yet. And let's think about in your average job in an office, in a restaurant, in a store. If you are brand new, if you joined a week ago, are you going to be required to sit there and train the next newest person when you're still new yourself? No, of course not, because a week in, you probably still haven't actually completed all of your corporate store whatever training, right? And so why would you be expected to train others? But in the MLM industry, you're told to recruit people immediately, sometimes before you even have the products. So you can just hit the ground running and you can have people lined up to join your downline immediately before you even really know how to explain the products, before you really know how you actually make money.
Not by yourself. You have the community, and they want you to succeed.
Another thing. So she brought someone in because they trusted her and they wanted to work with her, and then she couldn't provide the feedback and the training because she didn't know. And that's a really big issue too. They're saying you're not in business by yourself, but then what if the person who brought you in just joined and can't provide you the training? Of course, they will connect you with the upline, but the upline, they could be training like 40, 50 people a week. And is that person actually going to have time to add on another brand new recruit, you know?
And the clothing, oh my gosh. All you have to do is put a pair on and you're obsessed. I keep telling my friends, just buy a pair, you'll see what, just buy a pair and I'll leave you alone if you don't like it. Not one person has returned an item, not one person, well, maybe size-wise, but because they don't like it, they all love it, they reorder, and it is the easiest thing for me to share versus our other businesses, because I do know all the products. I do know everything.
That's part of the fun too, is listening.
So are you harassing your friends to buy your leggings? You're like, oh, just buy it and you'll love it and I'll leave you alone. Were you actually going to leave them alone, or were you also pressuring them to continue purchasing your leggings? And I don't like the fact that she just admitted that she had to harass her friends in order to buy her leggings. I can't stand Ray Higdon, but the one thing I do appreciate from him is that he does say that your business should not be based on favors from family and friends. You just need to let them know that you have a product available, and then they'll come to you if you want it. If they want it, sorry, not if you want it.
Things of the testimonies from our customers too, and it's so easy to get a customer base in this business. And I mean, we had a customer that said, "My husband whistled at me." When I put it on and stuff. It was so great. We did great testimonies.
We do, everybody loves it.
Your spouse can whistle at you without $100 leggings, right? Like, I don't like that. That's weird.
That's it. I just love this community, and I can't wait till we launch and see how God blesses the company.
Well, you guys are so incredible, and just hearing both of you share and just knowing your backgrounds, that you chose Savvi is such an honor to have you here, and really building alongside of you guys. So thank you for taking your time to share. I love your hearts, truly. So it's awesome to hear you share tonight and hear why, because you touched on a couple things that I didn't, and that was, you guys, we have the clothing is so phenomenal. I had a top earner in another company come over for dinner one night, and I can't say her name, but she's like, okay, let's see your closet, right? And of course my closet is all Savvi, like it's all I wear. She touched it. She was like, I had no idea the fabrics were this soft. Like, I have to buy some. A $700 order later, she gets it. She's like, I am so obsessed. I'm buying more. Like that is what happens when people touch our clothes and try them on, and you become what I call #Savvi obsessed. And then another thing you touched on that I didn't.
I thought she was going to say that a top earner from another company came over, saw the clothes, and then wanted to quit and then work for Savvi. I thought that's where she was going. But if this story actually happened, which I doubt it, it's not going to be that easy. Someone is not just going to touch your shirt and then be like, oh my God, I'm going to spend $1,000 with you and I'm going to keep buying every single month to give you lots and lots of volume. That's not reality. And chances are, if this actually even happened, which I doubt, like it's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen for your average person. And if this person was actually like a top earner in another MLM, they have money to spare, probably, right? And they can easily lose $700 on overpriced clothes and then not have to worry about it financially. What do you guys think about that? I think that's an outrageous story. LOL. Yeah, isn't that a silly story? We're not almost done. We have like 8 minutes left. Sorry, this is a long one.
And thank you, by the way, is it's really who we partnered with. After being in this industry a long time, you really do learn who you would really invest your time with moving forward and who you definitely would not. There are some people that we've invested time with that we've learned from that experience. But when I met the founder of Savvi, Ken Porter, I knew if he was at the core of this company would sustain, it would be a legacy company because his whole being oozes integrity and love for people. He's here for purpose and not for profit. And if you
don't ooze anything, and if you're oozing something, go to the doctor. And every MLM person everywhere always says that their CEO is so brilliant and just they care about everyone. But we've said this 1,000 times on this channel before. If you really care about people over profit and you just want to make a difference, I feel like you would probably you would start a nonprofit where you help homeless people. Maybe you would have a nonprofit where you donate clothing to like women's shelters or homeless shelters, right? You would like go into nursing or social work or like mental health therapy, any of the helping professions. An MLM CEO does not care about the well-being of their distributors because if they did, they would pay them a reasonable wage and then they would pay commissions and bonuses on top of that. So no MLM CEO cares about the well-being of the distributors because they know that no one's making any money. Lip Panic says, how can they maintain quality when they're dropping new stuff every week? I know Zaya is the same way. Oh, interesting. So does Zaya have new drops every single week too? And that's a really good point because how are you supposed to keep up with manufacturing when you have that many new pieces so frequently? I'm not a manufacturing expert, but that's a really good point because you would have to like go really, really fast or have a really big workforce. So yeah, I wonder.
When you get the chance to meet him, you will know what I mean. That's all I'm going to say. He's one of those rare people that you just need to know. So love you guys. And I'm going to wrap up here real quick and just share with you exactly how to partner with us because I'm telling you, if you're sitting here going, that makes sense, that's a no-brainer, I'm all in. Tell me exactly what to do. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do. And really quick, I know I'm jumping around, but it's also important to know that our brand is all-inclusive from extra small all the way up to 3X. We're really passionate about empowering women to be who they are. And that all women are accepted, no matter your size, your shape, your background, your color, you're all accepted here. You have a home here. You're welcome here. We're really passionate about that. So I want you to know that is our absolute culture.
So I think it's great that there are more sizes than just up to 1X, but I feel like 3X is not actually all inclusive of sizing. I am 5'11", and usually I wear like between a large or an XL, but depending on the fit, depending on the brand, I will go up to like 1X or 2X just because I'm a tall person and a lot of clothes do not fit me up and down. And so if I'm usually an XL and then I sometimes wear 2X, up to 3X is not all inclusive. And I feel like a true all inclusive brand would be like up to 5 or 6X in my opinion. And so I think it's a step in the right direction of size inclusivity, but it's not fully complete in my opinion.
So how do you get started? There are 3 ways. Number 1, we'd love to earn your business as a customer. If you're watching this and going, I just need to try on these clothes, we love customers. Customers turn into faithful customers, turn into people that want to get a discount, and turn into people that maybe one day want to refer this because they believe in it so much. So if that's you.
So don't join Savvi as a customer because you can't just enjoy the clothes and chill out and just like the pretty clothes. You are probably going to be hounded to join so you can get a discount. And then of course, if you're wearing all these beautiful clothes every single day anyways, of course you want to sell it inside a business with that company because that makes sense. You can't just enjoy a product without wanting to work for the company. I enjoy Tim Hortons coffee. So, of course, I want to go and work for Tim Hortons. That makes sense, right?
Okay, get back to the person who invited you here and tell them you are a number one. You'd love to become a customer. They might just have a $25 off coupon to give you so you can buy your first Savvi outfit. And I have no doubt you're going to love the way you feel in the clothes. Number two is someone that says, you know what, it makes sense. And I'd love to dip my toe in part-time. I could definitely use a little extra income. I definitely would love to pay down some debt. I definitely would love to save a little extra here or have some shopping, spending money, right? Just have some guilty pleasure, have some money that comes in very part-time. And if that's you, you want to get started at number two. That is our pack that is $499. $499 gets you a $500 shopping spree. So you literally can start a business part-time with us and get almost everything back or everything back to build yourself a wardrobe that you.
Chances are most people in Savvi aren't even going to get to this level where they can pay off a little bit of debt and have some extra spending money. And notice she's gearing the kits that she wants you to buy based on your goal in the business. So of course, if you want to actually run with your Savvi business and make a full-time income, you have to buy the biggest kit, which she'll tell us about the price. But I said this 1,000 times before. They don't want you to buy the biggest kit because that's the only way you're going to find success. They want you to do that because then you're going to get a bigger bonus on top of, like, for you joining. So that's why. It's nothing to do with them wanting you to find success. Where's my mouse? Janie Oak says fast fashion is a disaster for the earth. Yes, that's a great point.
You can wear and share with others. And I thought that was pretty cool when I saw that. And my husband and I have owned some traditional businesses that took us hundreds of thousands of dollars to start. And then we had to hire employees, and then we had to do the advertising, and then we had to build the website, and then we had to do all the things that out of pocket cost us thousands, tens of thousands of dollars every month. When I saw $400, $499 to get $500 back to shop with, and that's my only business expense, I was blown away. So it's $499 to get $500 immediate shopping credit to shop with, plus you get 8 $25 coupon codes to gift people.
Ooh, another sex bot. Ooh, hello, friend. I'm gonna block you, okay? Bye. Okay, I blocked the sex bot. Yay.
To shop with you. So you literally get to launch your business part-time and share it and gift people $25 to shop with you. And you also get
Of course, you're not going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to work for Savvi because you're not actually a business owner. You're a contracted employee. You are paying them for the privilege of working for them, and you don't even get the supplies and tools that you need to do your job like you would in any other environment in any other job. So they're not the same thing. So I don't like when I hear comparisons like that where I started my own brick and mortar and I had to spend $500,000 to start. Obviously, it's not the same thing. And obviously, when you're a contracted salesperson, you're not going to be spending $500,000 to sell the product.
a beautiful e-commerce website, you get a beautiful back office to manage your business, and you get a really cute Savvi swag bag. Okay, but for those of you who are on here,
who cares about swag? That's useless.
And you've heard us talk about legacy. You've heard us talk about life-changing income. You've heard us talk about being able to pivot and actually earn a full-time income in this industry, or be able to replace an income in this industry, which has happened over and over and over already, and we're still in pre-launch. I know women who have retired from their teaching careers, women who have retired their husbands. I know a lot of people that Lisa, who was able to sustain their family. They live on the beach here in San Diego. Her income sustained their family through COVID. So you can absolutely style.
Where's the income disclaimer? Like the Beachbody equivalent, all coaches' income is based on their own effort, skill, and diligence. Beachbody does not guarantee any level of financial success. That part should have been first, sorry. But she's making it seem like anyone can just jump into Savvi and magically achieve those goals. And we know that it's deceitful, because she knows that only a small portion of people who got in as early as she did are actually going to find that level of success. And we know that if everyone finds that level of success, then the whole structure would just crumble, because it wouldn't be a pyramid anymore. It'd be like a square.
Your life here however you want, and fire your 9 to 5 and have freedom. That is why my husband and
I like my 9 to 5 because I can plan for my future financially, and I can have benefits and a really good salary and a pension, and I can go to work and make my living and then come home and hang out with my husband and my friends and sit on YouTube talking about pyramid schemes. So I actually like it because I have more time freedom in my 9 to 5 than I would in an MLM.
I have been in this industry, and we will never leave this industry because we love to help people, whether it's part-time, earn a little extra income, or even get to a point where you have freedom doing this full time. You can do what you want to do, when you want to do it, with whoever you want to do it. That's freedom. So for that person, you can do that at the $4.99 level, but an entrepreneurial-minded person goes all in. And our all-in pack is still less than $1,000. It's $999. And get this, you get $1,100 back to go shopping and build a beautiful Savvi wardrobe. And what's fun is every Friday we have new releases. So you can actually go shopping over the next several Fridays and grab this and grab that. And I mean, we have so much variety for you to choose from, and colors and styles. Do you like buttery soft, or do you like textured and seamless? Like, there's so many options for you to choose from. And
I thought we didn't have inventory. Why are you telling us over the next several Fridays that we we are encouraged to go and shop these new releases from the fashion show? And did you notice that if we have a true entrepreneurial mindset and we want to run with the business, then of course we're going to buy the $1,000 pack. And they make it seem like $1,000 is no big deal, but for a lot of people, they might have $1,000 in their bank account, but that could be allocated to a really specific budget item, and that they can't just like move away from their food budget or move away from their rent budget. So a lot of people don't have the ability to just move their funds around. But in MLM, I think a lot of people assume that just because they have it in their bank account, it means that, of course, you have it to spend on your MLM, which is not true. Lift Panic says, in other words, the reps are the customers. Yep, even though we don't have to have inventory, we are going to be buying new clothes every single week. And of course, it's not in the job description. You're not going to get fired or kicked out if you don't buy new clothes. But as I said, I think you would fall behind, and you would probably be made to feel like you're not a true, serious business owner.
you can build your wardrobe and put outfits together and really launch your business. So for $9.99, this is number 3. This is number 3. You're all in. I want to do this. I see it. It all makes sense. You're going to get $1,100 back. You're going to get 20 of those $25 share codes to really launch your business and get the word out that you are in business. And then you also get all of your tools and systems and everything, your swag bag and everything from there. So that is how you get started with us. And you definitely want to get back to the person who referred you here. Let them know if you're number 1, a customer, number 2, $4.99, where you're going to kind of come in and get things going. And number 3 can also be part-time, by the way. It just means you have some big goals. It means you want to do some big things here, and we're going to lock arms with you no matter where you fit in. You all are welcome here, and we're really excited to partner with you. So thank you so much for your time today. We don't take it for granted. Pam and Rodney, thank you so much for sharing into our incredible building of huge business, helping a lot of people. And to all our guests, get back to the person who referred you here. At least get started somewhere. The worst case, you're going to get a really cute wardrobe that you're going to love. That's worst case.
In worst case, you're going to get a really cute wardrobe. No, in worst case, you're going to lose a lot of money in the MLM and put yourself into debt and cause really significant issues with your spouse or your loved ones or your friends. And they make it seem like entering an MLM is no risk at all and that you don't have anything to lose. But we know it's not just financial loss, but it's just losing time with your spouse and your friends. And this couple was lucky enough that their 30 years in MLM apparently brought them financial success. We don't know for sure, but their entire adult life was spent in the MLM system. And a lot of people aren't so lucky and go from MLM to MLM and really just waste a lot of their precious time, and they're not able to find success. But like the first woman, they don't see it as an issue with the system. They see it as an issue with the company, and they just have to find the right company and then they'll find success. So she said she really values our time and doesn't take it for granted. If so, then why aren't the distributors paid for their time? I know these people aren't distributors, but people who go onto your team calls should be paid for their time, should be paid for the training. People in MLM should receive an hourly wage, at least a minimal hourly wage, and then they can get commissions and bonuses on top of that. But we know the whole purpose of MLM is that CEOs, companies don't need to pay the vast majority of people, and that's how they make their money. And it's really sad. So that's all I have for today. I know that was a really, really long stream. So thank you to those who watched all of it or even just like came in and watched a few minutes here and there. I really appreciate it. So thank you, Let's Panic. Thank you, DC. Thank you, Pumpkin Pixie 1978. Thank you, Janie Oak, and anyone else who jumped in and watched some of the video. I really had fun doing that. It's really an interesting video, and I'm going to go live again tomorrow. And so if you would like to watch me live tomorrow, you can. It'd be really cool to see you guys there. So thank you, everyone, again. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, you're welcome with Panic. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, Pumpkin Pixie. See ya.